greetings, my V family all over the world. This is your chief. Now, I hope you can hear me. All right. Let me do my shout outs. Sorry, I was late. I was in the room. Aryan didn't want to let me go. I had to escape, come upstairs to the office. I hope you guys can hear me now clearly. All right, so let me do my shout out. Firstly to Armin A. Razak. Salam, Eid Mubarak. Ramin Nadir. Tipa, how are you, ma? Lady Sarah. Armin, the V official. Loreen in the house. Samira, how are you? All right, Kalai, we are on now. Siamak, how are you, Abu? Renuka, how are you? I know you're always on my Insta live, Renuka. Doa Ali, myself, Ashira. Chandrika, how are you, ma? Ibn Abbas in the house. We partner Ibn. Joyce, Sonibin. Ravi Goa. Chetan, how are you? Blessed Ankit. Narendra, how are you, Narendra? Durgesh Rao. Arun George in the house. We partner Arun George in the house. Kalla, apa kabar? Faisal, Guls, W. Mahipal. Alright. Tari, January. Divin, her frame, Sharmin. Anas, DRDZ. Yamba, Toma. Basi, Sarat, Kurup, Shivnesh. I got to shout out to Agatha, Irish, Claire, Suresh, Rasha, who's always online, Nasib, Atish, Sunil, Dipti. Greetings to everyone. Okay, so firstly, before I start my Insta live, okay, I want to wish everyone, all my Muslim brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum and Eid Mubarak. I hope you're having a beautiful celebration with your family, with your downlines, with your parents. Please convey my most sincere wishes and regards and love and respect to your parents. All right, enjoy your Eid. You can still do presentation. You can still do presentation during Eid. Okay. Bonjour, je t'aime to all my French-speaking, unbelievable downlines around the world. Yusuf Sila, je t'aime. Привет, как дела, люблю тебя, to all the Russian-speaking downlines of Japa and Dato Sri Vijay. All right. Vigets, hola, buongiorno to everyone in Q and Europe. Salam to all my Iranian brothers and sisters in Iran and around the world, and happy Nowruz. All right. Merhaba to QNet Promizon in Turkey. Wanakam, Aibawan to everyone in Sri Lanka, my warriors in Sri Lanka. Namaste, Namaskaram, Sat Sri Akal, Wanakam to everyone in QNet India, Vihan. Namaste, Avrjana, Komusta, QNet Philippines, Xin Chao, Vietnam. Menglawa, Myanmar. Alright, Ni Hao, China. Ni Hao, Hong Kong. Apa kabar, Indonesia. Apa kabar, Malaysia. Alright. Greetings to everyone in Australia. Good day, mate. Okay. To South America. Hola. To Japan. Konnichiwa. Okay. Greetings to all the corporate warriors who have consistently been logging on to my Insta live. All right, I'm very grateful to all of you, not only for logging on to my Insta live because of what you do every day. This Insta live being Eid Mubarak, I think I just want to remind everyone, the world is going through some turbulent times. I'm sure you are aware. If you understand that the war is going on, many countries are impacted, the innocent people are paying a price. It is sad. But I've come to realize that the only thing we can do at this moment is to pray for this everyone's safety, to pray that this will end soon, that whoever is responsible for the decisions will make the right decisions over the next few days. So during these turbulent times around the world, I'm grateful for our industry. I'm grateful to network marketing. I'm grateful to social enterprise. Because no matter what happens, we can still get on Zoom, do presentations, talk to people. And this is the time everyone is looking for opportunity. to stabilize their lives, because the millions of people who are going to lose their jobs and understand that whatever stability they thought they had is not real, if you know what I mean. All right. So I think with Eid happening, I think it's time for us to demonstrate a high level of gratefulness to God, especially to God, for allowing us to have time with our loved ones. All right. And as you are grateful for your own life, pray for those who are less fortunate than you. Think about them. Don't only think about yourselves. There are a lot of people who lost their homes, lost their loved ones with no fault of theirs. So we have to pray for those who are less fortunate. I've always believed, and thanks to my mother said, whenever you have lunch, dinner, breakfast, remember there are people out there who don't have lunch, dinner, breakfast, or breakfast, lunch, dinner. They just don't have the food. Now, I'm not telling you to now join a NGO and go around the world distributing food. I'm telling you to recognize how lucky we are, how blessed you are. All right? So recognize that. Whenever you are enjoying your life, you deserve to enjoy your life. Just recognize the fact that people are less fortunate, and all of you are here for financial freedom. And my prayer, my wish, and my advice to you, after you buy your dream house, buy your dream car, all right, whatever, try to make a difference in somebody's life. And it does not mean you have to go to a country somewhere and build a school, all right, or start a foundation. Do you understand? It starts from the people closest to you. May it be a waiter, somebody you see working in the service industry, cleaning the streets, whatever, your $5, your $10 can make a big difference. Or even if you are uncomfortable giving them money, buy them a meal, buy clothes for their children. It does not matter how many lives you ultimately touch. This is not a competition on numbers. This is about sincerity. So as much as you are making money, I think all of us can spare $100, $200 a month, to make a difference in somebody else's life. You could send a kid to school. You could buy new books for some children. You could provide groceries for a family for 1 month with $100 in some countries. You understand? So make a difference in somebody's life, right? So Eid Mubarak to everyone. And I want you to be grateful this year. And today, I want to talk about something very important. It's about the decisions we make in our life. Okay? And this is something I want all of you to listen very carefully. Whether you're corporate, whether you're network, whether you're max out queen or king, you understand or not? Every decision we make throughout our life comes with benefits, disadvantages, a price to pay, sacrifices, and every once in a while, you have to review your decisions in life. You understand? It is not easy, but it's a necessity. All right? Even your system, even your decisions, whatever it is you have made decisions, it is always, sometimes when we make decisions at the height of our emotions or at the height of everything going the way you plan, all right, and you made a decision 2 years ago, 1 year ago, all right, I am giving you a very important advice. Don't be attached to that decision. Decisions can change, can evolve, can be modified, can be improved. Just because you created a system, all right, that sort of works, don't close your mind to changing how you run your system. Don't close your mind to whatever. Keep an open mind and an open heart. Do you understand? Because I just realized today that the world, the landscape of the world is changing so drastically. It is not funny. The landscape of the world is changing today. All right. How we bring up our children has changed. How we study has changed. AI has changed our lives. Our expectation from each other, the way we manage our relationships, the reality of life is changing. So I realized that today I've reached a point in my life where I will never say, all right, that things will not change, that systems will not change. Do you understand? I believe that we have to review our decisions, and sometimes as networkers, we are very stubborn. We do our system a certain way. You understand? We do it a certain way. We do this a certain way. We manage our relationships a certain way. And we refuse to change, to evolve, to grow. Because like I said, you are the same person that you were 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 20 years ago. All right? But today you are not the same person also. You think about it. Who I was 27 years ago when I started my journey, I am a complete different Patman Senatiraja today. You know, I'm a father. Do you understand? I'm not a 22-year-old kid, let's put it that way. So, as we grow, as we evolve, our decisions will grow and evolve with us. Why I'm telling you this? Because whenever I try to advise networkers, whenever I try to talk to people about changing their system, changing their approach, changing their presentation, changing their system, whether it's 1 UV, 3 UV, 5 UV, 7 UV, everyone resists change. No, Chief, we've been doing it a certain way. I am telling you that if you want to build an organization, if you want to build a future for the next 10, 15 years and become a social enterprise entrepreneur and go up on stage and tell your story all over the world, you must be willing to constantly review your decisions, review your system, review your relationships, do an 360 health checkup of where you are, who you are, all right, how much you're growing, how much you are changing, whether you're doing the right thing, not doing the right thing, whether you need to adapt, adjust, accommodate for next year. You understand now? So review everything and constantly be surrounded by a group of people that you can engage with, talk to. You see, your thoughts alone are not good enough. All right? I always tell people, it's better to have 10 morons to exchange ideas with than exchange ideas with the mirror. Do you understand? Even if there are 10 morons, after 3 hours of having a conversation with 10 morons, I guarantee you something good will come out. All right? So I always say that leadership is a lonely position, a lonely place to be. But if you surround yourself with the right people, you're okay. Do you understand? You're okay. You can check, double check, triple check your decisions, the change you want to implement. Because the world is changing. Our downlines are getting younger. Our prospects are getting hungrier. Opportunity is appearing everywhere today, guys. So I still believe that network marketing is the greatest platform. I believe in the power of social enterprise, but doesn't mean there are no other opportunities out there. So you're not really competing within our industry. We are also competing outside our industry. Therefore, we have to consistently change to remain attractive to the newer generation with people. Now, that day I was attending an event and a Gen Z was saying that Gen Zs are easier to manage through Zoom compared to face. So she had a meeting face to face with a few Gen Z and nobody asked a question in a room. The next week she couldn't do it in a room, she did it on Zoom. And people were asking questions non-stop, talking non-stop, challenging non-stop, because they have reached a point where they are absolutely comfortable with the screen. All right, not only receiving but engaging. So that alone forces us to understand the power of online presentation, online training, online welcome, online follow through. You understand or not? Maybe you have to hold the product, hold the buy this, hold the cheap pendant in your hand, whatever you have to do. That's how the world is today. And I have come to realize that I need to adapt, adjust to the newer generation of prospects and IRs. Not everyone wants to hear my life story. Not everyone wants to hear the emotional element of network marketing or social enterprise. They want to know practically, bottom line, how much money can I make? How much time must I contribute? What are the sacrifices I need to make? What do you need me to do? Tell me, you understand? So I realize that you have to evolve. Change or die, like Dato Sri Vijay says. You understand? And you have to constantly be willing to change, to adapt to the new network joining you. And you also need to change the way, this is very important. Now, when you listen to this, you also need to change the way you manage the people who have been with you for a long time. And this is advice I'm giving you from personal experience. So you take Arun, Adli, Sati, David, Dave, Kalai, you understand now? Ibin, Brijesh, everyone, you understand? When I met them, they were different people than they are today. So how I used to manage them, how I used to engage with them, how I used to train them, or how I used to advise them cannot be the same after they have become 30 years older. Do you understand? So same way, all right, you cannot manage your children the same way when they are 14 like you used to manage them when they are 5 years old. Do you understand? You cannot. It is impossible. You cannot manage them the same way. You got to understand that people have changed. People have grown. People have different ideas, thought process. Even their egos will change and evolve. All right? And therefore, you cannot lead your organization the same way you used to. Because the people in your organization are different. Your memory of them could be when you first signed up, all sitting down in a coffee shop and holding hands. All right? And the reason why leaders lose people, or why you will lose people, why you will lose maybe even your inner circle one day, is because you see them as the person you signed up 15 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago. You don't empty your cup and quell your ego enough to see them who they are today and how much you have to change your approach because they have changed. Do you understand? So for example, when we are young or we are young parents, when our kids are young, we just nag and shout and scream and try to get them to be disciplined, and we use whatever method there is to get them properly aligned. But that will not work when they're 18 years old. That will not work when they're 14 years old. 18 years old, your kids may tell you, fly a kite, I'm moving out. Do you understand? I'm going to live in my girlfriend's house or boyfriend's house. And the challenge is that because you will always see your children as the 5-year-old little kid, like my son, who worships the ground I walk on. I am his hero. You understand? But my way of managing him will have to evolve. Not when he's 18. Every year I have to manage him differently. I have to engage him differently because he's not the same person. So all the downlines you had from day one until today, all right, and you are managing them, even your own brothers, sisters, Kalai, you understand? It doesn't matter. They are not the same person you remember. They have changed, they have grown, they have evolved. And therefore, you have to manage them differently. You got to understand before seeking to be understood. And you know, I learned great lessons in life. I've learned recently one very important lesson, that some of the best conversations happen in absolute silence. You know, two people sitting next to each other and not talking. There's not always a need to talk about something. Sometimes we just need to know that someone is there for you. Do you understand? Just knowing that someone is there for you is enough. So, you got to understand that your downlines, the older ones especially, the initial pioneers who joined you, they're not the same people. So don't manage or treat them the same way. You will lose them. Number 2, your new downlines who are joining you are Gen Z, Gen Alpha. They are getting younger by the day. And you also cannot manage them the same way you manage your downlines 15 years ago, 20 years ago. Sometimes when I tell stories of 27 years ago, I feel like that old uncle talking about those good old days. I used to walk to school, no shoes, you understand? All right, nothing, one meal a day, we suffered, you understand? But in network marketing, I think I am that old uncle. All right, I still talk about how the early days, failing to recognize that nobody gives a hoot about your early days. People want to talk about today. What is your value proposition to me today? How attractive is this business today? How much money can I make today? You understand or not? So the younger generation of prospects, they want immediate gratification. Our generation, we were programmed for delayed gratification. Study now, one day you'll get a good job. You understand? And stuff like that. So you have to adapt faster to this new age of networkers. They're all not going to shut up, listen, and do. They will have their opinions, but you have to figure out how to manage them. Now, I happen to be an expert in managing Gen Z, Gen Alpha, simply because I practice one philosophy. I put myself in their shoes before I lead them or talk to them. I put myself in their shoes to understand what it feels to be them. Then I will be able to train, mentor according to them. Gen Z, very different. Gen Alpha, extreme. Gen Alpha, now you talk to them, they don't want to buy a house. They say, buy a house for what? I don't know where I will live next month, next year. You understand? Today Malaysia, tomorrow Spain. All right. Then after that Cote d'Ivoire. You understand or not? All right. Or Dubai. Whatever it is. It is unbelievable. I got friends of mine who suddenly woke up in the morning, packed their bags and moved to Bali, Indonesia. Are you guys with me? You know? There are friends of mine who work in the city, who live totally out in the city in the jungle. And they got work from home and they come to the city once a week, twice a week. You understand now? So it's crazy how the world is changing. So my message on this Insta Live: be open to change. Be open to change constantly. Number 2, don't treat your people the way you remember them. Recognize the fact that they are not the same person you signed up. All right, they have grown, they have evolved, they have started to build their network, they have seen money, and they are not that, young kid sitting in the front row in Bahrain, all right, for an event where me, Japa, and Dato spoke, and Arun was in the front row. That Arun is gone. There's a new Arun today. And I have to learn and master the art of inspiring him, engaging him, being there with him, maintaining my relationship with him. It's very different today than it was 20 years ago. Do you understand? 20 years ago, people didn't expect you to call them because calls were so expensive. People didn't expect text messaging because text messaging was not cheap. You understand? But today, with WhatsApp and practically free communication, all right, expectation goes up. Do you understand? So whoever you are leading, including your own brother and sister, and I'm telling this for Kalai also, and myself, all right, you have to change your approach. This is not a 1985 photograph, like birthday photograph. This is engaging that person, all right, and raising that person as high as you can. Are you guys with me now? It's a game changer how we have to deal with people today. So that's my reminder. Change or die. All right, adapt to the new climate and what's happening around the world. All right, but most importantly, remember that you are an entrepreneur and your future is bright. Our industry, network marketing, our industry, social enterprise, is going to survive every storm in the next few years. It's going to survive every war. It's going to survive every currency depreciation because we have some you understand, an unbelievable opportunity. So to all of you watching me, change, keep evolving. Don't be stubborn for the wrong reasons. Don't stick to the old ways just out of some misplaced cultural compliance. If you have to destroy what you built to rebuild again, do it. If you have to go out there and start alone again and do presentation, do it. Do you understand or not? The past is only supposed to be a great teacher, not your wife, not your husband. Are you guys with me? So move on. All right. So I want to wish everyone Eid Mubarak. The next few weeks is going to be crazy. Stay glued to my Insta live. Stay glued to my Instagram page. I love you all so much. And I want to say something. You know, we always say our downlines, our downlines, our downlines. And last night I was recording some videos for my brothers and sisters for Eid. And you're not my downlines. You have become, whether you realize it or not, you have become my family. I don't know anything else for the past 27 years. Do you understand? And when I worry about my kids, I also worry about you. I don't even know you personally. But I just want you to know that I'm just not your upline. I am your brother. Do you understand? And you will always be my family. I love you all so much. Eid Mubarak. Happy Nowruz. All right. And I'll see you on Wednesday. Don't be afraid to change. Don't be afraid to give up the old ways. Don't manage your older network the same way you used to. You need to change, evolve, deal with them differently. And to the new networkers joining, all right, understand them. Don't think for 1 minute they will have the desire to understand you. Because the minute they're uncomfortable, they will walk away. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. Not because they're disloyal, because they got other things to do. Are you guys with me? So, congratulations to all of you on this Eid Mubarak. I love you all so much. All right. And I will see you on my Wednesday message. Please convey my love and respect to your parents and hug the kids from Uncle Chief. All right. Love you guys.